Hello everybody, this is your boy Courage with another video. I'm just right now watching some college football here. Alabama and playing Notre Dame. Alabama is up by 7 points. Notre Dame been scored a few seconds ago. It's now 14-7. Now Alabama got the ball back and they are on their own 22-yard line. But anyway, this video is not ready for college football. The video asked for the injury report. If you guys have seen your social media, no matter if you're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever social media that you are currently on, if you have seen the injury report for this week's game against the Washington football team, it doesn't really look good for the Philadelphia Eagles in case of winning the football game. And I'm praying and hope that the Eagles put in some effort to win, but I doubt they will win this game because too many guys injured up front. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one. Derek Barnett, the defensive end that haven't played in last week's game and the week before game. I guess it says here he has a calf injury and it's still bothering him. Apparently, still bothering him. So, because he said he did not practice, and his game status is still on 0 at this moment. And I'm looking at a lot of other recent injuries too. Linebacker Sean Bradley, the 2020 fourth or fifth round pick for the Eagles. He has a neck injury, probably a stinger, and he did not practice as well. And his game status is on 0 as well, so we will know at the very moment. But I don't believe these guys are going to play this week because of too many injuries. And the recent one, Fletcher Cox, defensive tackle, he has a neck injury that he sustained last week against the Dallas Cowboys. And that's one of the reasons why the Cowboys lost. I mean, Cowboys won the game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And tight end Dallas Goddard, he also has a calf injury, and he did not practice. His status for this hunting game against the football team is also a 0. Wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, no surprise there. He has another ankle injury, and it must be the same ankle injury that he sustained 6-7 weeks ago before he came back last week against the Cowboys and lost. So we wondering why he didn't play in none of the game. I mean, the remaining first half and the rest of the second half, we wonder why he didn't play. That was why his ankle injury has returned, and he did not practice, and his game status is also 0. Wide receiver Alshon Jeffries, it says he had personal reasons. He did not practice, and his game status is also on 0. So he's more likely going to play because it said personal reasons. So it's a good chance he could play this week, but it really ain't gonna make no difference because he hadn't been much of a factor in the last 3 games that he came back in, so that was no surprise in that format. Back to the college football game. Alabama just scored again. They are now 20-7. Wide receiver Devontae Smith caught a 25-yard touchdown pass and run, so it's now gone to commercial. Now, back to the injuries up front for the Eagles. Left tackle, Jordan Mailata. Now, this is a guy who has done extraordinarily well on the left side of the offensive line, and he has a concussion, so that means he's in concussion protocol, which means he definitely won't be playing in this Sunday game coming against the football team. His status is 0, is definitely a 0. Linebacker Duke Riley, biceps, he did not practice as well, so that means his status is also on 0. Tight end Richard Rodgers, who played well during the first half and a little bit of the second half of the season. His ankle is still bothering him apparently, because he hadn't played in the last 4 games, I believe. He has an ankle injury, and he did not practice, and his status is also on 0. So we don't know if he's going to play officially But right now it's up in the air for a lot of these guys who have ankle and knee injuries. Running back Miles Sanders. Now this is the guy that I thought were going to get the remaining 133 yards remaining to be over 1,000 yards. Right now he has 160 some yards. He has 867 yards, 167 yards rushing, I believe, for this season. But doesn't look like he's going to get the remaining 133 because his knee, they say he suffered a knee injury in the game against the Dallas Cowboys. So if he didn't practice, he's more likely not going to play. So that means that B. Scott is more likely going to be the back. B. Scott and probably Howard. So that's probably going to be your starting running back rotation right there, since Miles Sanders' knee injury has doomed him for this last final game of the season. Cornerback Micah Jacquet. Now, this guy here, I really don't know if he's a starting caliber cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Because in the last couple of games, the Arizona game and the Cowboys game, he got picked on quite a bit, and he has suffered a calf injury. So it says here he left practice, which means he practiced today, and that's when he suffered the calf injury. So he suffered it today because it says he LP means left practice. So that's a good chance he probably won't start, because if he injured his calf today, that means he's not going to play in the last final game of the regular season. So, and last but not least, wide receiver Quez Watkins. He has suffered a rib injury, but it says he was a full practice. So, in his status, he probably, if it's a full practice for him, that means he's more likely going to play. But overall, if you look at the wide receiver rotation, you're only going to have probably 2 wide receiver playing, and that's Truham and Quez Watkins. So that put the stats up in the air for the wide receiver rotation, because now you ain't got no wide receivers, no starting cap wide receivers, because we all know that Quez Watkins and Alshon Jeffers and Deshaun Jackson are no longer starting wide receiver. No, let me correct myself. Alshon Jeffers and Deshaun Jackson are no longer starting caliber wide receivers for the Philadelphia Eagles, and probably for the rest of their careers, because they both showing their ages and they're slowing down. Well, Deshaun Jackson still got that speed, he just can't stay healthy. Alshon Jeffers, on the other hand, suffered a knee injury back to 2018, and then played none last year, but came back this year finally. So, wow, there's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of injuries up front for the Philadelphia Eagles, and 80% of the guys that I just mentioned to you are mostly starting caliber players on defense and offense, and so Miles Sanders is probably the biggest blow, because the simple fact is he has the speed and he has the protectability to protect the quarterback, and he also has the speed to go outside, inside, receive the ball out of the backfield. So he's the major threat on offense. That's really a major blow. Duke Riley, backup linebacker. Not sure if he's starting caliber or not. So on the tight end that the Eagles have is actually number 86 himself. He's the only starting tight. He's the only tight end that's going to play this coming Sunday, and he might not play at all either, because the fact is, all the injuries up front here. This is really crazy, and I just wanted to bring you guys this update that I seen on Facebook today. All this was broadcast, through on Facebook itself, but also on quite a few pages of quite a few Eagles sites themselves, and they all had the same status report that I'm reporting to you guys at the very moment. And so, without any further ado, this is your boy, the Green Talents signing out, and it's not really looking good. So the way it looks, a lot of fans are about to get their dream come true. They want the Eagles to lose so we can have either a 6, 5, 4, or 3 draft pick, depending who wins and loses this last and final weekend of the NFL regular season. So they saying if the Bengals lose, the Eagles can have the number 3 pick overall, and if we lose and the Washington Redskins beat us, we'll probably have the number 5 pick. So if the Giants lose tomorrow, then coming Sunday, if the Cowboys lose, then coming Sunday, and if the Washington beat us to win the division, which is more likely the way it's looking, the way according to the injury report, the way it's looking, we probably will wind up losing. That'll give us number 5 or number 3, number 5, number 4, or number 3 in the NFL coming draft, depending on how teams from each conference lose in the AFC, NFC. So it's not looking good, and I'm not happy about this. But it is what it is. And when you got up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When you got 12 players, and of those 12, I only see 5 backups, and the other 7 are actually starters. So looking at all of that, that gives you some idea that we're not going to win the football game. I'm not going to watch it because it's the final game of the regular season. I'm just going to see what a lot of my YouTube friends have, like Alpha 3, Eagle Champ 1, LB, Lord Bronson, and the Philly Freak, and a lot of the guys that are Philadelphia Eagle fans that's out there who are YouTubers. So I'm gonna sit back and see what those guys have to say about the game, because this is just a video letting you guys know about the injury report, and this is what this is. So I'm gonna sit back and watch you guys broadcast your videos on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got to say. All I know is I'm not gonna watch the football game. I'm gonna sit back and just watch some more games played and watch some movies and just enjoy myself, because when you get to a point where you see your team losing like this hard and this bad, you really can't put no emphasis on health, because see, I'm about to be 50 years old in the next 6 months of this year, and I can't afford to be worried out of my sickness or worried out of my health about a team that's not trying to produce or do any better for the regular season. Because I don't seen too many games this year where the Eagles had many opportunities to win football games, and they lost either on defense, they lost either on offense, they lost either on special teams, or it could be all 3 combinations in one game. So it could be either or bad coaching or bad play calling in what was going on. Now, had I hate to say it, and that might sound out of the ordinary, but like I said, I'm not really a Jalen Hurts fan, but a lot of fans and people have been saying, had Jalen Hurts played probably in the second half of the season after the bye week, we probably would have won more games than losses this year. So I don't know if that's true, I don't know if that's fake, or I don't know if that's factual or non-fiction. I really don't even know. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put my stock on a rookie quarterback who only had 3 starts and about to make a 4th start against the Washington football team. So it's just so much to be concerned about and not much really to concern yourself with. But like I said before, I'm getting a little bit too old, and the way my team been losing this year, some of the losses have been heart-wrenching, and some have been just nerve-wracking losses. And this is crazy. And so, anyway, see, it's all written down right here. So without any further ado, this is your boy once again, the Green Talents coming at you guys with a very disoriented, unsatisfied season of a loss and injuries all across the board. Offense, defense, special teams. It's your boy. Peace. One love.